So tonight we're going to jump into Jack Stoof's email that went to Forrest Fenn on June 6th of 2020 when Jack supposedly found the treasure chest. We're going to look at this email and we're going to discover that Jack is a fraud. Now props go to Bad Daddy Mac, aka Wu Kang, an exceptional mind. Wu Kang is a detective. He knows all of Fenn's secrets. He's exceptional. He does a really good job exposing Forrest Fenn. So what we're going to do is when we look at these emails, and he pointed this out, and a lot of you dumb shits just are not paying attention. You're not seeing this. It's obvious. So here we go. This is from Daniel Barbarisi's book, Chasing the Thrill. Here's what Jack says. I always thought when I found it, I would not move it without his explicit permission, but I knew this could become a legal hot potato really quickly, and I didn't want to make any moves without his explicit permission. After taking a few photos, I put the chest back and covered it up as best I could. So I left it exactly where it was, exactly how I found it, and made my way back to my car. It says Jack left the forest, seeking a place where he could be sure he could make a phone call, send an email. He wanted to contact Fenn before he removed the chest from its hiding spot. Here's the email Jack wrote. I would like to send photos for you to tell me yes or no, if it is truly your actual treasure chest, and then we can discuss our next steps. And if it is yours, if you will give me permission to retrieve it from the place where I found it, where I left it. I gave him my phone number in that email. Within minutes, he got an email back. It was Fenn, congratulating him and asking for pictures. Stoof sent Fenn his photos as evidence. I sent him the photos and he called me, Stoof said, appearing to tear up slightly. It was a big life moment for me. He congratulated me over and over and over. I think we talked a little bit about the place and what it meant to him. And then he said it was his treasure and that I had permission to retrieve it. And then we would figure out the next steps from there. But he did want me to bring it to Santa Fe. The next day, Saturday, June 6th, he returned to the hiding spot and took the treasure from its home for good, placing the dirty, heavy chest in a sturdy blue IKEA bag, putting that in his backpack, and hauling it out of the forest. The next day, I went back out there, pushed away the debris that was on it, put it in my backpack, and took it to my car, Jack said. So here's what Jack says in an email to Forrest. As this is your property, not mine, I would not want to move it without your explicit permission, so I covered it back up and left it where I found it. When I located it, I took some photos of the chest in situ, and after I opened the lid, I am willing to send you these photos for verification, but I ask that when you see them, you do not immediately announce the treasure has been found. Okay, so this is the record in Daniel Barbarisi's book, Chasing the Thrill, and the email that was sent to Forrest Fenn on June 5th of 2020. Jack states that he does not want to move the treasure chest because it's a legal issue, and he wants explicit permission from Forrest Fenn to move Forrest's treasure chest. Okay, so here's the problem. When Jack sends the email to Forrest, he's taken several photos of the chest in situ. Then he sends the email to Forrest, and the email contains a photograph of the treasure chest moved from the spot with a stick in the chest. The chest, it has been moved from the spot. He said he did not want to touch or move the chest. He did not want to move it because it could be an legal issue. He needs explicit permission from Forrest to move it. And so we see the pictures of the chest under the log. We see it open with the dirt around it. Then we have a completely separate photo taken at a different time of the year with green grass. Open, we see a key in it with a stick in it. It's not even taken at the same time. Jack is saying that he uncovered the treasure chest, opened it up. He verified it with the olive jar. It said something in the olive jar about Skippy. He put the contents back, closed the lid, covered it up, left the Forrest, sent an email to Forrest with the pictures that he had taken. But he sends Forrest a picture of the chest that's been moved. Well, who took that picture if he didn't move it? The simple answer is the person that took that photograph that had been moved was Shiloh Old. The thing was planned. It's completely a scam. And Forrest Fenn met with Larry Burke of Outside Magazine around April Fools of 2019. Yep, that's right. I can show you pictures of Larry Burke and Forrest Fenn together at Outside Magazine. This entire thing was planned. Now, Capro and the Nukers are going to try to convince you that Jack found it in 2019 and moved the treasure chest to another location because he didn't want anyone finding it, and then took photographs of it back then. That's what they're going to try to convince you of. But why would you believe anything Jack says if the record shows that he lied in Bargarisi's book, he lied in the email, so the entire thing is a fabricated story?
Because he found it in 2019. He'd already inventoried it. He talks about things that are missing out of it. He couldn't have done that at 7:30 at night on that one night.